Drew from Loud Guitars, and today I am checking out Positive Grid's Bias. Bias is a complete amplifier design package. Super cool layout. What this does is it allows you to customize a bevy of tube amplifiers, transistor amplifiers, bass amplifiers, acoustic amplifiers, and tune it to your specific tastes. Basically, when you open up the window, it opens up to the speaker simulation portion, which I'll show you right away. You can decide where it is that you'd like to have your microphone, what kind of microphone, either a C414 or an SM57. So you have a selection of those two microphones. You've got your cabinet selection. Now, depending on what amp head you are using, it'll lay out different cabinets for you. So if you're using a vintage series, you usually get a 112, 212, a 210 cabinet, and you even have the option to bypass here. So these are your different cabinet options. So we're going to go back to the head. So you've got a tweed amp here. So this allows you to custom design how your tweed amp looks if you'd like. And you can select the panel. You can select the knobs. You can even add a background if you'd like. So we're going to go back in the menu, and I'm going to show you basically all the different selections of amplifiers you can start with. You've got a clean section, so you can see that you've got a RC120, a British 900 clean, modeled after a Marshall, orange sparkle. This is modeled also after a orange British amplifier, and a Highway 103 clean. This is basically modeled after a Hiwatt. And you've got your metal amplifiers. Insane, the complete metal series. And then you've got acoustic amps and bass amps. So it basically gives you everything. So let's go into metal, and we'll select the slow, and we'll start here. I'm not going to go about customizing the head right now. Let's go into the preamp section. In the preamp section, you can select between a bunch of different preamp styles. Now what's cool about this is, even going in, if you're using a Soldano, you can create what the pre-tube gain stage is like by selecting one of these. So you can have a Soldano with a British crunch gain stage. So we'll select that, and then you can select what kind of tubes are pre and post basically. And you have EQing for pre and post. You've got your tube distortion setting, your tube gain, how many tube stages between 1 and 5, low cut frequency, high cut frequencies, a bright and normal switch. Your bias adjust between hot and cold, and then your post EQing and your bypass switches. And it's as simple as just tapping on the screen to select your tubes. In the tubes, you've got a selection between 12AX7, 12AT7, and 12AU7. 12AU7 being the cleanest of preamp tubes you can get. 12AT7 a little less clean, and then 12AX7 is for a higher gain stage. If you want, you can select a post preamp EQ pre-tone stack. Very simple to use. You can see on the screen the frequencies that you're playing with, and you can engage this or not if you'd like. And you can also select from presets. You know, if you want to select a paper speaker, a high boost, chunk bass boost. Again, very, very well laid out. Laid out. Then you move into the tone stack. So this is basically like slaving another head for its gain stage, and you can select, if you've selected, for instance, a British gain stage in the preamp section, in the tone stack you can select a metal, a clean, and really, really, really toy with your sound. You've got a bass, middle, and treble adjustment here. Here, move into the power amp section. Again, you have presets for the power amps. You can select between single-ended, split load, push-pull, and solid state. You've got a master knob, power amp distortion, a splitter gain, and a power gain. You can select between EL84s, EL34s, 6V6s, and 6L6s, which pretty much gives you the whole spectrum of tubes available in today's power amps. Then you move on to the rectifier and transformer section. Again, you've got a bunch of presets in this section. You can select between a solid state rectifier and a tube rectifier, and in the tube rectifiers you've got a GZ34 and a 5Y3GT. You can adjust your compression, your ratio, and you've got your output for the last stage of the power section. And for the transformers, you've got American style, British style, and fat style. Fat style being modern high gain boogies and some of the modern amplifiers today. British style being your Marshalls and your Oranges, and American style being your Fenders. Move back into the cab section. Again, wide variety of cabinets, wide variety of mic placements, and you can adjust the level of the microphone. Then you move into a post EQ, which would resemble what you would get if you are plugged into a board. So you can EQ after the microphone, basically. And again, you can have this in or out. At the bottom you've got your level for your input and a lock for that level so that you can lock it so you don't get any clipping going into the preamp. And you've got a noise gate that you can control and turn that off or on. Here is where you would save your presets or select to go to them. You've got a room control, so while you're tuning your amplifier you can see what it sounds in different size rooms. And then your output level. Once you've selected your amplifier in this section, this works seamlessly with jam up. So you basically press on the jam up button, it'll take what you've created and put it directly into jam up. And you can use it in your live performance setup, you can use it in your recording setup. You save this to one of your presets. And there you have it. And like normal, you would be able to select, you know, your modulations, your stomp boxes, your delays, your reverbs, your noise gate, and program anything around this that you want to enhance the sound of the amplifier that you've created in Bias. Super, super, super cool, very easy to use program that integrates flawlessly with jam up, zero latency, sounds amazing. Now let's hear how it sounds. So there you have it, guys. Bias from Positive Grid. Works seamlessly with jam up. You can completely customize your tone to the max. Super, super cool app. I strongly suggest you check this out.
Should we ever cross? What should I say? I'm sure I messed it up. Was never good that way. I'll probably just walk by like I always do. Ha, but that just suits me fine.